Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your August astrological overview. Now, as I was making a timeline for 2021 astrology, I saw August as one of the sweet spots in the year. For one thing, we don't have to deal with any inner planet retrogrades. It's true that by the end of the month, all of the outer planets will be in retrograde, but that doesn't really trip us up on a day-to-day level the way the inner planets do. The inner planets are really working for us this month, and I see the outer planets as pretty helpful in retrograde for getting in touch with ourselves, for doing what we personally need to do to achieve our bigger visions. And we've got Uranus stationing retrograde on August 19th. Uranus is a revolutionary energy. When it's moving direct, I think we get prompted sometimes to make big changes from external sources, and people know Uranus as the planet of surprises. Well, when Uranus is retrograde starting August 19th, it's going to be about 5 months until the middle of January next year. We're more likely to create the surprises in our own life, I'd say, and be less reactive, more proactive. Some of these bigger changes you've been wanting to do, it's coming into the time to do it, and you're going to have to get yourself to let go of some of the rigid thinking that has maybe been holding you back. Uranus is in Taurus, so if you are a Taurus, you might really feel Uranus stationing retrograde mid-month, but you can really use it in your favor. Now let's talk about these inner planets. As we begin the month, we've got Mars in Virgo as well as Venus in Virgo. These two planets are really helping us to stay accountable, I'd say, in our relationships, Mars and Venus, as well as our personal goals and what we want to bring to the table. If you have anything that you want to perfect, I'd say this is a good month for that, because August 11th, Mercury will move into the sign of Virgo as well. So you might feel a little more like playing. Well, Mercury is in Leo during the first part of the month, and then there could be a more let's get down to work vibe going on for you starting August 11th when Mercury moves into Virgo. And after August 11th is a really good time for crafting carefully worded communications. So if you're waiting for about the right time to do that, I would say the middle of the month is good, because also August 15th, Venus moves into Libra. Libra is all about diplomacy. So I could see, wow, okay, after August 15th, Mercury is in particular Virgo, Venus is in diplomatic Libra. I think your conversations are going to feel much better, possibly than they have in the past few months, and you'll feel like you can be heard, understood, and communicate clearly, which is always something nice to appreciate. I'd say it's a good month for romance too, with Venus moving into Libra during the second half of the month. It's really good for attracting what you want, as well as enjoying something that you deserve for yourself. Maybe think of something you want to treat yourself to around the time Venus is in Libra during the second part of August. Now we have our full moon at 29 Aquarius, and it's on August 22nd. This is an interesting full moon because it's our second Aquarius full moon in a row. If you watched last month, you know July's full moon was at 1 degree Aquarius. And so this is now a 29 degrees Aquarius full moon. That can occasionally happen where it's full at the very beginning of a sign and then the very end of a sign. This is really enhancing the Aquarian energy that's been dominating 2021, you realize probably from watching these videos or studying other places, Jupiter and Saturn have been in Aquarius most of the year. And this full moon is only a few degrees away from Jupiter, which is going to be around 25 degrees. Aquarius at this time, this is a big energy. Jupiter magnifies things. The full moon, I would also say, kind of shines the spotlight and magnifies things. I can see this going both ways. You don't want too much amplification at a full moon because people's emotions are already feeling pretty big at a full moon. The thing in our favor is that it's in Aquarius, which is usually good at stepping back and avoiding drama. And maybe that's something to be extra conscious about. Now, the positive thing of this full moon really is that it can help you see things from a big picture perspective. That's very much Aquarian. And Aquarian has a humanitarian theme. Jupiter has an international theme. I would not be surprised if some sort of international humanitarian effort gets highlighted around this time. It's such a beautiful use of this energy. Maybe that's more what I hope will happen, but we'll see how it plays out. I hope you can make the most of that full moon because it's a really good time to think about how you want to maybe make a big difference in the world around you. So that's the roundup for August. If you want to hear more detail about any of this astrology, I would highly recommend a membership to janspiller.com. We have low-cost monthly memberships. You will get emails with all the updates on the new moons, the eclipses, the retrogrades, all the big stuff that I try to highlight on YouTube and the horoscopes and these monthly overviews. But a lot of what I do is writing articles that really go in depth on these topics. And this is what Jan trained me to do. And when you become a member of janspiller.com, you are helping to support Jan's legacy. And that really was her wish, to keep the website going. And I'm just really honored to be doing that and helping to carry out her legacy in this way. So I encourage you to go on over to the website and check that out. I hope you can make the most of August astrology. Be safe and be well. And I'll see you here next time with either the overview or your horoscope or other astrological videos.